Hi, I'm Jessica from Jessica Wanders, and this is my June garden update. If you are new here, I'll leave a link here to my entire 2024 garden challenge where I'm trying to see how much produce I can produce in my backyard garden. If you want to watch everything from the beginning, I'll leave a link up here and you can check it out. Let's see what was growing and what I harvested out of the garden for June. I'm gonna pick all of these radishes that are so huge. It has been so rainy. Everything is growing like crazy. Time to pick radishes. The first strawberries coming out. Look at that. Beauty. And then I was going to cut and come again these lettuces, but they've been growing like crazy in the rain. So I think I'm gonna pick this biggest one and wash it up. This beautiful red leaf lettuce. I did end up planting a whole bunch of those other potatoes that I bought that I can't remember what kind they were. Just dug down about a foot as much as I could. This is a fairly new bed, so I couldn't get too deep, and planted them. And these are the potatoes that I planted first, and they're coming up looking really, really beautiful, waiting for some flowers on them. Along with those potatoes in here, I planted a couple of rows of beet seeds, these early wonder beets, just in 2 rows along there. Did harvest all of the radishes. I'm just going to move them over a little bit because we also harvested all of the spinach. We're going to plant some more spinach to get those awesome baby spinach leaves. And where I took the radishes out, I'm going to plant some sweet basil in here in this spot. Spinach, 1 pound 3 ounces. Even more spinach, 14 ounces. 2 pounds of spinach in our second harvest. 1 pound 11 ounces of radishes. And that's 1 purple radish. I don't know why we have 1 purple radish. And I harvested just a couple of strawberries, 3 ounces of strawberries. This beautiful red leaf lettuce is 8 ounces. Beautiful. 8 ounces of leaf lettuce. I'm just pulling a few things from the garden today. I've got some garlic chives. I've pulled the flowers, which are edible. The stalks of the flowers are a little firmer, but apparently you can just fry them, stir fry them, kind of like asparagus. And then of course the chives, you can use as chives. And I did zero this, and I have 6 ounces of chives. I picked a few garlic scapes. They grow to the top of hardneck garlic. 2 ounces of garlic scapes. You have a little tiny rhubarb plant, and I stole some small, very small rhubarbs from it, but they look kind of red, which I'm impressed about. Oh, well, not bad. It's 4 ounces of rhubarb. More goofy looking strawberries today. I'm starting to hear the waxwings in the neighborhood. They're up in the honeysuckle right now, but they will come down and eat our strawberries and blueberries. So I have to get out there every day, or at least every other day, and check to make sure that I've picked the ripe ones. Today I have 6 ounces of strawberries. I picked some more cilantro from the garden, a fair amount. See how much? It should register. Looks like enough to register. Yep. 0.3 ounces of cilantro. Look, we're already up to 0.4. It's supposed to get really hot this week, so I don't know how it's gonna go. Cilantro usually bolts really quickly here in my garden. We have a lot of lettuce to get through, so I'm picking another head of lettuce. I did harvest some more lettuce. There was a couple of really lanky ones underneath this sort of main. I was trying to get this green leafy one. Looks like a good one. And then when I was cutting it, I also cut another one of these sort of red leaf lettuce. So we'll weigh those up. 5.8 ounces of lettuce. I went out into the garden and picked a whole bunch more chives. I'm going to weigh them up. Zeroed chives, 3 ounces. Perfectly 3 ounces of chives. There is still a ton of chives out there. I am harvesting the rest of my garlic scapes and all the bok choy that was in the garden before it totally bolts. Just use an equivalent bowl. Zeroed. 15.3 ounces of garlic scapes. That is, call it 2 pounds. 2 pounds of bok choy. My June-bearing strawberries are living up to their name, and they are bearing a lot of fruit in June, so I'm pretty excited. I weighed out this same bowl, and we have 1 pound, 11 ounces of strawberries. We've been really good, and we're eating lots of lettuce, so I harvested 2 more green leafy and red leaf lettuce out of the garden. They look beautiful, and they're not even remotely close to bolting or anything. We have got 15 ounces, 15 ounces of lettuce. We have another great strawberry harvest. This was 2 days ago, actually. I had other plans for it, but we're going away, and I haven't eaten them up, so I am going to give them a quick rinse and then just throw them in the freezer. It's the same as this bowl. I zeroed the scale for that bowl, so we'll weigh up these strawberries. Woohoo, they're looking so beautiful this year. And there is 2 pounds, 15 ounces. Almost 3 more pounds of strawberries. And right away, Mr. Waters came in with more strawberries. Like right after I weighed the last ones. He's like, oh, there's more out there. I'll go grab some more. 2 pounds, 4 ounces. This is more strawberries. Thought I would just pick some turnips out of the garden. I'll just pick the biggest ones, I said, and use them in the $21 a week grocery challenge. And now I have a turnip challenge because that is a lot of turnips. We're going to bring them in and weigh them up. There's still a ton of turnips, actually. I didn't realize how ready they were. I'm going to try to leave the smaller ones and let them get bigger. But there's still some pretty big ones to pull out before they get all wormy and stuff. They're looking pretty good. I'm so happy with them. Look, oh, they're so purple topped. Maybe, oh, they're so big. They're all big. I might have to pull them all and process them and freeze them. I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe give it a week. see if I can come up with some turnip recipes. There's actually a lot more to harvest in the garden today than I thought there was. These purple topped turnips, they look pretty good. A couple of them look like they're getting chewed on by something, but not nearly as bad as other years. I think they've done really well in the colder, kind of rainier, this one's the worst, colder, rainier weather. They look gorgeous. So I will eat them up. Eat them up. That one's pretty bad. Ugh. But you can just cut around it. It's not a problem. Not worried. There's enough that are really big and really beautiful. We have 3 pounds, 6 ounces of turnips. Mind my scrawl. This pencil is broken. 3 pounds. What was it? 6 ounces of turnips. Most of our raspberries are late raspberries, but we do have a few early raspberries, and they're starting to come in. 0.9 ounces. Another haul of strawberries. We're getting some really, really small ones from the older bed, and I think we're gonna have to replant it this year. But on the other side, we're getting still some really giant strawberries, which is awesome. That is 2 pounds and 3 ounces of more strawberries. I picked these green onions, bunching green onions. They're not very heavy. 9.2 ounces of bunching green onions. 9.2 ounces. I did see them for sale at Superstore for 99 cents a bunch. 99 cents a bunch, but the bunches were much smaller. So I don't know, 99 cents for that, for 10 ounces. It was a giant green onion from the garden. So maybe 99 cents for 10 ounces. I did some Googling online and there's a fairly good consensus that 200 grams or 7 ounces is equal to 1 bunch of green onions. So when I get to the end, I'll divide it all by 7 ounces or 200 grams to see how many bunches I got. Some more lettuce out of the garden. Some of them are kind of starting to go bolty. I zeroed this big bowl, but they still taste just fine. Before we wash them up, we'll weigh them. Look at these nice little tiny ones. Yummy. I picked up a selection of different kinds of leaves so we can have mixed green salads. There's some romaine and then that red lettuce that I like. Here we go. I have, we'll call it 1 pound. 1 pound of lettuce. I feel like I just have to do algebra so much when I'm trying to figure out the cost of things. So if I times this by 10 and then divide it by 2.2, it should give me the pounds per pound. And it's like 11 something per pound. So it's actually 11.23 a pound. Of course, in Canada, everything is measured in both imperial and metric all the time, just to make it confusing. I think they keep it that way on purpose so you can't compare grocery prices. Like different grocery stores will have it listed as pounds or grams, and it's hard to compare it. But if you just remember 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, then you can work the math from there. I did some work looking through the grocery apps to find out the prices for various things, and then I tallied up everything that I've harvested so far. The best price I could find when I was harvesting spinach was $9. The total amount that I harvested for spinach was 3 pounds and 3 ounces. Cilantro I found at $1.47 a bunch. I don't have nearly a bunch. I Googled how much a bunch usually is, and it said it was usually 2.8 ounces a bunch. I only harvested 0.4 of an ounce. Radishes I found you could get for $2.97 a pound, and I harvested 1 pound, 11 ounces. Strawberries are going for $2.44 a pound at the peak, obviously, of the growing season, and I harvested 9 pounds, 10 ounces. The leaf lettuce looks like $8.97 a pound. So far, I still have leaf lettuce in the garden, but I've harvested 5 pounds, 9.8 ounces. Only have gotten a little bit of rhubarb, 4 ounces, and actually there's none really for sale. Walmart is sold out, but they had it for $2.47 a pound. I can't find anywhere that sells garlic scapes. You can usually buy them at farmers markets and stuff like that, but I haven't gone to see how much they are. So that's just like free, just free garlic scapes. I harvested 9 ounces of chives, 11 cents per gram. So I'll figure that out. Bok choy, I harvested 2 pounds and I found a price for it at $3.98 a pound. Turnips, I harvested 3 pounds, 6 ounces, $2.49 a pound. Raspberries, hardly any, just 0.9 ounces. And it looks like raspberries are going for $2.94 for 100 grams. Again, I can find prices in grams and I'm measuring in ounces. It's confusing. But green onions, I harvested 9.2 ounces and they're going for 99 cents a bunch. When I Googled it, it said 1 bunch is about 200 grams or 7 ounces. Just in case anyone is interested in my ridiculous scrawl figuring out how much I spent, here it is. It's a little bit complicated and I had to do some algebra. I priced out everything, $28.69 to buy that amount of spinach, 25 cents for cilantro, $5 on radishes. Strawberries, $23.49 on regular strawberries. If I bought organic, someone mentioned that I should include organic produce prices.
but I think it's really hard to be qualified as organic. I don't spray any kind of pesticides on any of my garden, but I do spray it on my nearby fruit trees, and I don't specifically spray organic spray on my fruit trees. So I'm sure I wouldn't qualify as an organic garden. But if you wanted to include organic prices, my strawberries would have been $53.73. It's a huge difference. And I don't spray anything in my garden. For leaf lettuce, $50.34, 62 cents in rhubarb, $28.05 on chives. But those are those little packages of chives. I'm sure you could find some other grocery store to get the giant amounts of chives that I'm harvesting. That's what I found. $7.96 on a pound of bok choy, $8.40 on turnips, 73 cents on just a couple of raspberries, $1.29 on those 3 green onions that I harvested. So up to and including the end of June, I have harvested the equivalent of $154.83 out of my garden. Yay! There it is. I'm enjoying this comparison. Overall, I think that June has been pretty chilly. All of my warm season crops like tomatoes and peppers and even my squashes have been slow to start. The corn has been slow to start. Hopefully it starts to warm up. I think it's warm everywhere else, but here we're supposed to be getting some warmer temperatures, but we're staying kind of still chilly. I think the East Coast is having some hot temperatures, but the things that love the cold are doing well. Peas, cabbages, lettuce is really slow to bolt this year, which is awesome. Yeah, there's pluses and minuses to different weather. As long as you plant a variety of things, you'll get something doing well in different conditions, I think. Thank you so much for being here and following along and watching to see what I've got coming out of my garden. And I will see you again in July for a July update. I'll leave links to the entire 2024 How Much Food Can I Grow challenge up here, as well as anything else that I think that you might be interested in. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye.